Have you ever just wanted to have fun playing Marvel Snap? Just let the cards play themselves? Well, that is what Agatha Harkness is going to do. No calculations, no worrying about location. Agatha Harkness is going to take all the stress off of your hands, and she's going to play your cards for you. And we finally got the cards to play a decent Agatha deck. And if you want to see this deck in action, winning some cubes, winning some boosters, then you know what to do. Find that like button, and let's go snap it!
ValleyFlyin.
Happy holidays, Valley Club. Welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin, and I hope your holiday week is going good. I hope today is going good, and I hope you're ready for some AFK gameplay, letting Agatha just take over and play our hand for us. Let her win us some cubes. Let her win us some boosters, because that is what this deck is going to do. We finally have the cards where we can showcase this cool deck for you. Very, very fun to play, and considering that you're not playing any of these cards, or at least until you get control back of your deck, it has a very high win rate as well. Now, if this is your first time here to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap content, at least 5 Marvel Snap videos per week on this channel. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. Welcome back. Let's go take a look at this deck. And the main card in this deck is Agatha, obviously, because this is an Agatha deck, and she's a pretty decent card. 6 costs, 14 power, so she's more powerful than a lot of cards in this in the game. But the downside is she's going to start in your hand, and she's going to play your cards for you, which means that you have no control over your cards. So if you get an Agatha from Agent 13 or one of these locations, not a very good card to play because you're not set up for it. But if you have a deck that's set up for Agatha, this can have a very, very high win rate. So ideally what we want happening on turn 2, we get Domino, and we put Domino in this deck to give us something to play on turn 2. If we don't have Domino in our deck, we're gonna have a lot of 4-cost cards, which means that we won't get a play on turn 2 sometimes. Or sometimes we get a 2-cost card that Agatha will play on a different turn if we don't get a Wave or a Lady Sif. So Domino is very important to this deck. So yes, 2 days in a row showcasing decks that feature Domino. On turn 3, we want one of these 2 cards because it's gonna get rid of that Agatha in our hand. The first card is Wave, which means the next turn, all cards in your hand and in your opponent's hands, all is going to cost 4. So you can play 1 card on the next turn on turn 4. And if Agatha can play herself on turn 4, she's going to play that 14 power on turn 4, which means that that's a great scenario because on turn 5, you could copy that power with Taskmaster, giving you 2 14 power plays in a row. And then on turn 6, you could follow it up with something like a Captain Marvel, which can move. Only 6 power, but because it can move after the game is won, that's a very, very strong card. America Chavez is also in our deck to give us a stronger play on turn 6, 6 power. It's not a huge play, but it's larger than a lot of the 6-cost cards out there. And the great thing about this America Chavez card is that it's effectively letting you draw from a 11-card deck. So since you're always going to get this card on turn 6, which means on turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when you're drawing cards, you're drawing from that 11-card pool or that reduced pool, because it's definitely not going to get America Chavez because she could only be drawn on turn 6, which is a great thing. Now, we've experimented with a few other 6-cost cards. This could have a downside if you get that Lady Sif discarding this card or an Infinite or something, but I did want to give our Jubilee a little bit more of a chance at that lottery there to get a good card. So I've experimented with putting some of these great cards in this high-powered cards in this deck as well, but sometimes we get screwed by Lady Sif. The other way that we could get rid of Agatha is with Lady Sif. And if you notice, we have 2 3-cost cards in our deck, which means that on turn 2, Agatha should play Domino. And on turn 3, hopefully we have Wave or Lady Sif on our hand, and that could get rid of that Agatha. Now, if it's that Wave, we got that great scenario where Agatha is going to play herself on turn 4. And if we have Taskmaster in our hand, we got that additional 14 power. But if we get Lady Sif, it's a little more tricky because she's going to discard that Agatha, which is going to give us control back of our hand, or it's going to give us the control of our hand back. But we're going to need a card like Ghost Rider to bring that Agatha back. And this was the main card that I was missing before I could run this Agatha deck. Bring back one of the discarded cards to this location so you can control where you place that Agatha with this Ghost Rider. Jessica Jones is in there for some additional power, although I'm thinking of replacing this card because usually Agatha does not play this card right. On reveal, if you don't play a card here, next turn you're getting an additional 4 power. Well, if we don't get that Sif or don't get that wave, usually Agatha is going to play this card sometimes in on a location that cannot have an on reveal, so we're not going to get that additional 4 power. Or she's going to play another card right after Jessica Jones and not let us get that additional 4 cost power either. Next, the card that we have in this deck is a White Queen, which is going to do 2 things. It's going to give us a card, a 6 cost card, or the highest card in our opponent's hands usually is a 6 cost card, but it's also gonna give us that strong power. It's gonna get 6 power out on the board, which is not a small amount of power for turn 4, but it's also going to give us that intelligence because it's going to be coming from our opponent's hands. Taskmaster is great to play right after Agatha. Captain Marvel, we just included in his deck, still kind of experimenting with some of these other cards here. But Captain America allows us to get some mitigation in case Agatha doesn't play these cards right. She could move around. So that's the deck that I'm going with now. As far as the important cards in this deck, I think you definitely need Wave to get Agatha out of your hand early. Lady Sif is another card that could get her out of your hand early. I think you need both of these cards in this deck. You also need Ghost Rider in case Agatha gets destroyed by Lady Sif. You want to be able to bring her back, so Ghost Rider is an important card. Taskmaster is another great card in case on turn 3 you have a wave. Turn 4 you have Agatha, which means turn 5 you have that Taskmaster play with that 14 power. And then obviously Agatha for that deck. So you need 5 cards: Wave, Lady Sif, Ghost Rider, Taskmaster, and Agatha. The rest of these cards you can replace and kind of play to your playstyle, what you want to be experimenting with. Like I said, I've used Infinite, I've used Magneto, I've used a few different cards in this deck, all with varying levels of success. I think the major cards, like I said, Wave, Sif, Ghost Rider, Agatha, and Taskmaster are the main ones that you want in your deck for this deck to work. Let's go check them out in some gameplay though, and see some different scenarios that you could still win with this Agatha deck. Even if she doesn't play everything right, you can still get some wins, win some cubes, and you could get all the boosters. Now, the interesting thing about Agatha in your deck, she's going to get all those boosters. So if you're playing a card like Giganto and you want him to get some boosters, well, not in this Agatha deck because Agatha's going to get all those boosters. Let's go check out some gameplay though, guys. All right, we have Agatha. We have Ghost Rider, White Queen, and Infinite in our deck. We have the Wave showing, which is good. Still don't have any way to play that Infinite though. We can technically play Infinite on turn 4 or on turn 5 if we skip turn 4. Let's see how this plays out. Get that 20 plus the 4 at the start of turn 6 swap hands. That would be horrible if we do that. All right, let's see if Agatha gets herself out of the hand. They go Domino, we go Domino. What are they playing? Do they have an Agatha deck as well? They may be playing Agatha as well. We have the Wave, and they go with the Killmonger. All right, which means that we will be able to get Agatha out and Taskmaster out. And they're going to have a Giganto that they can play as well. So I think what we're going to do is, so they get Agatha out. We're going to go Taskmaster out. They're going to have that Giganto with that extra 14 power. We're not going to be able to play our Infinite. We're not going to be able to play that Giganto. We will be able to play that Taskmaster, though. They have a Doctor Doom. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to this. All right, we can't play there. The first card each turn. We're going to have to go for far left, challenging their Giganto. They reproc their Doom, giving plus 10 power to other locations there. We're getting an extra 14. What did our opponent leave us? Did they leave us anything good or did they leave us anything bad? We have a Hulk in our hand, which is great to counter that Infinite. We're just going to go Hulk right here, and that should be the win. I don't think we left them anything. They have that Giganto, but our Hulk will counter that. All right, they played 2 cards. They get that Giganto, and they have a Sunspot out, but it's not enough. We get the victory because of that Taskmaster and because of that Agatha. Just climbing up the ranks with Agatha here. All right, we have Agatha, Giganto, Infinite, and White Queen. Not the ideal start of the hand. On reveal effects do not happen at this location. Hopefully she does not play Lady Sif on nowhere. Destroyed herself. We still need Ghost Rider. Bring her back if she gets destroyed by Lady Sif. Domino is fine at that far left if she goes there. Goes for far right with Domino. Domino is out, and how are we going to get rid of this Agatha? Ideally, a wave would be great. There's the Taskmaster. All right, goes with the Lady Sif. Does not play to that far left. Now we just need that Ghost Rider to bring her back. Taskmaster won't be too much of a use. Infinite in our hands. All right, that's actually pretty good. All right, so destroys the Infinite, not the Agatha. We do have the Ghost Rider in our hands. Will she play the Ghost Rider, though? That Ghost Rider will be key. Nothing to play after turn 4 in that far left location. Will we just steal that far left location? Gonna get the White Queen out. Do they have more than 7 power at that far left location? We have a magic. They have a demon. They don't have enough. All right, so we won't get any extra on reveal effects from that Jessica Jones. Not great. Will Agatha play that Ghost Rider? Will she play that magic? All right, still waiting to see what she's going to do. Goes Jessica Jones. They go with the magic, giving a little more opportunity for us to get that Ghost Rider out, to get Agatha, to get that Infinite back in our hands, and then to play that Agatha Harkness. She plays herself, which means that we can still play that Infinite with Ghost Rider. Most likely winning that far left. Probably going to get that middle with that Infinite. Probably going to get that far left with that Agatha Harkness. How does this play out, though? Let's see. We need to bring that Infinite back. Giganto won't really help us too much unless they play nothing at all in the middle. One of these Mysterios is not an illusion. One is going to have that +4 power. They're not playing anything yet. We're winning all 4 locations as of right now. Let's see how they finish up. 2 more turns. They played their magic. What are they going to do? What did they plan to follow up with? We go Agatha. They go Captain Marvel. They could shift around. We're going to bring our Infinite back right in the center there. Means that Captain Marvel can't move. One of these locations is going to have +4 power for this Mysterio. The other 2 are going to be 0. We're going to bring our Infinite back right in the middle, though. That should give us the middle location. And I don't know if they have enough power to overcome that Agatha. If they do overcome that Agatha, then it's going to come down to that right location here. Let's see how they do. They need +12 to overcome that Agatha in our hand. Not getting extra 4 power from that Jessica Jones, because Agatha played it on nowhere, which means that there's no on-reveal abilities. How is this going to end up? Last turn here, what is our opponent's going to do? Are they going to get these, are they going to be able to match power? Are they going to be able to match our Infinite that we bring back with our Ghost Rider? What do they have here? What was their grand plan? All right, they go for that left location. We bring that Infinite back. They go to Shang-Chi or Agatha. On reveal effects don't happen there. So we get the left, we get the middle, and we get the not the right, because that's where their Mysterio was. Not an illusion. All right, but we get the win. We get the win. All right, and trying to climb again with Agatha. We do have Wave. We do have Ghost Rider. Looks like we will get rid of Agatha. Will we get the next few cards? We have a Giganto for the far left location. Luckily, that's a Nexus, so the power here is granted at other locations as well. If we go hard on that far left, maybe we'll have enough power just to win everything there. We'll get that Domino play out on turn 2. One-cost card from my deck. Unfortunately, we don't have any one-cost cards in our deck right now. Agatha goes with Domino in that middle location there. And it looks like we'll get a wave play. If we had that Taskmaster, it would be nice. All right, looks like Jessica Jones is not going to be played at all this battle. All right, there goes Wave, getting the power out there. Hopefully, Agatha goes, I guess the far left would be the best location there. Then we could go Agatha. We'll go Jubilee, hopefully pulling something good, and then Giganto at that location. Oh, we get a Taskmaster. All right. We got what we need. It looks like we'll go Taskmaster far left, followed by Giganto far left. We should be good. And I think we snap at this point, see if the opponent, what the opponent plays. All right, so we don't get the Taskmaster play, which is unfortunate. It'll give us a 0. What will give us the best point total? Sif will be good as far as point total, but that will lead to that Giganto not getting all, or that will lead to Giganto getting destroyed. So I guess the most points we could get is this 4 points from Jessica Jones, only giving us 4 points there, but we will have Giganto at that far left. They're going White Tiger. Will they follow that up with an Odin? Will they follow that up with, what can they follow that up with? I think even with Giganto at that far left location, and actually we could go right at that location as well, right? Because they removed the we could go anywhere with that Giganto, but we're gonna go far left because he's got the Nexus showing. We want the rest of the power going to the other locations. Let's see if they have enough to counter this Leech. We play that Giganto, they play the Magneto, nobody to move, so we get the far left location, we get the middle location as well, and we get the win. And there's the Agatha deck, guys. It's a very fun deck that I've been using. You don't have to do much calculations. Agatha gives you a lot of power, and if you get those ideal scenarios like a wave, followed by Agatha, followed by Taskmaster, followed by Giganto, that's usually a strong win condition. But even if that scenario doesn't go down, you still have a lot of other win conditions that Agatha can still pull out that victory for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this deck. Hopefully if you have these cards, you could try out Agatha, or once you get these cards, you could try out this fun deck. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already checked me out on social media, hit that, check out some of the pages on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. Check out some of the sponsors down below if you want to support the channel, including Amazon Coins, TeePublic, BlueStacks, and check out some of our other videos as well. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of the holidays, and hopefully you got this Agatha deck that you can try out right now. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great one, guys.